Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of West News on this Friday, January 29th of 2016. To start things off, let's check out what's been going on. Last Tuesday the 19th, 7th grade boys basketball competed in the Junior Mid-State Conference Tournament at Paul Hadley, but fell short against the Pioneers 26-34. Leading scorers were Braxton Wright with 11, Matthew LaFerry with 4, Braxton Wilson and Ty Johnson with 3, Adam Field and Larry Bland III with 2, and Carson Heath brought in 1. Coach Taylor said the team struggled to get a run going. The guys couldn't connect on the open shots and didn't come out as aggressive as they had in the past. However, he added the guys never gave up throughout the game. 7th and 8th grade girls basketball battled Jackson Creek at Martinsville High School on Saturday. The 7th grade girls won 42-23. Leading scorers were Patience Walker with 17 points, Emily Jones with 10, Kinner Nunn with 6 points, Macy Cromer with 5, and Macy Staley and Delaney Collier both brought in 2 points. Coach Floyd said the team played great transition basketball throughout the game. The defense was outstanding all 4 quarters, and the coaching staff was very proud of the team's effort. The 7th grade boys fell to Jackson Creek 46-51. Leading scorers were Caden Routenkrantz with 10 points, Matthew LaFerry with 7, Carson Heath with 6, Braxton Wright had 5, Braxton Wilson and Larry Bland III both brought in 4, Ty Johnson had 3, Bo Frederick, Cade Sears, and Colin Childers each had 2, and Zach Lynn brought in 1. Coach Taylor said the team kept fighting hard and ended up making it a good game despite the loss. He added the coaching staff couldn't have asked for a better group of young men and cannot wait to see their continued improvement in the future. Martinsville Junior Varsity Color Guard competed at Plainfield on Saturday and earned a silver rating and a 3rd place spot in the Regional A Division. The team is made up of 23 girls from Martinsville High School, Bell East, and West. 7th and 8th grade girls basketball hosted Center Grove Central this past Tuesday. The 7th graders lost 32-48, but the 8th graders pulled through 38-27. Leading scorers for 7th grade were Patience Walker with 19 points, Emily Jones with 9, Hannah Walls with 2, and Dakota Meadows and Abby Steerwalt both brought in a point. Coach Floyd said the team had too many turnovers throughout the game, and bad shot selection was also a major factor. Leaders for 8th grade were Maya Chandler with 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, and 5 assists. Marlena Kemp brought in 10 points and 6 rebounds. Paige Dorsett had 7 points with 12 rebounds. Jersey Tannehill offered up a point with 3 rebounds. Laura Knox brought down 4 rebounds and played outstanding defense. And Madison Lindsay, Ariana Hamilton, Bailey Brenner, and Jocelyn Lauk did not score but played very well. Coach Helms added this was the best effort so far this season against a very good team. A number of West Middle staffers have begun competing in the West Middle Weight Loss Challenge. So let's get ready for the results of the Wednesday weigh-in. The top 3 losers during week 2 are Mr. Payne in 3rd place, losing 2.21%. In 2nd place, it's Mrs. Humphrey, losing 3.86%. And in 1st place, it's Mrs. Sawyers, losing 4.18%. And now here's what's coming up at West Middle. The winter reading program at the Morgan County Public Library has already begun, but it's not too late to get involved. Stop by the public library and get a reading card to keep track of your time spent reading. Participants will get a free book when they finish and will be entered to win a grand prize of Indiana items, including a 2016 pass to Indiana State Parks. The last day to participate is Friday, February 12th. The Morgan County Public Library's Teen Book Club started up this week. Club meetings will be from 3 to 4 p.m. with a new book every month. The first 10 teens to register will get a copy of that month's book for free. For more information on either of these programs, see Ms. Dehoff in our library or contact the public library. Tomorrow morning, choir and orchestra will be competing in the ISSMA District Solo and Ensemble Contest at Bloomington North High School. 7th and 8th grade girls basketball will also be in action tomorrow morning as they'll travel to Perry Meridian with a tip-off of 9 o'clock. The Pennies for Patience campaign will kick off on Monday, February the 1st and run until the 19th. If you donate a red Solo cup full of change, you'll earn a Be the Change penny crafted by our very own West Middle Student Council. And you'll get the chance to pick the music in the cafeteria and use your phone during lunch. But keep in mind, if you act like a moron while using your phone, you will lose the privilege. And 7th and 8th grade girls basketball will be in action Monday night when they'll host Edgewood right here at West starting at 6 o'clock. Stars will be meeting next on February the 3rd after school. Later that night, Artesian Swimming and Diving will host Clark Pleasant at Martinsville High School starting at 6 o'clock. The next student council meeting will be on the morning of Thursday the 4th at 7 o'clock in Mrs. Allenson's room. Later that night, 7th and 8th grade girls basketball will travel to Franklin Community starting at 5:30, and Artesian Wrestling will also be in action that night at Edgewood starting at 6 o'clock. 8th grade girls basketball will travel to Monrovia to compete in the Morgan County Tournament on the morning of Saturday the 6th starting at 9 o'clock. 7th and 8th grade girls basketball will then travel to Center Grove on Monday the 8th with a tip-off of 5:30. Artesian Swimming and Diving will also be in action that night against St. Charles at Bloomington South High School starting at 6 o'clock. The Valentine's Day dance is after school on Tuesday the 9th from 2:30 until 4 o'clock in the gym. Later that night, Artesian Wrestling will travel to North Clay Middle School with a 5:30 start. And the 6th grade orchestra will be performing at Bell East that night starting at 7 o'clock. Artesian Wrestling will be back in action on Wednesday the 10th when they'll host Bachelor right here at West starting at 5:30. The next NJHS meeting is the morning of Thursday the 11th at 7 o'clock in my classroom. The West Dance Club will also be meeting that day after school. Later that night, 7th and 8th grade girls basketball will travel to face conference rival Plainfield on their home court starting at 5:30. Artesian Swimming and Diving will host Jackson Creek at Martinsville High School starting at 6 o'clock, and progress reports for the third 9 weeks will be available to view that day. Do you love technology? Are you interested in being part of the one-to-one deployment of student devices next year? Will you be a freshman at the high school next year? If the answer to these questions is yes, pick up an application in the front office and complete and return it before February 20th. Have you ever watched West News and thought, hey, I could do that? Well, now's your chance to prove it. I will be holding auditions for West News student anchors. Stop by and grab an audition form outside of my classroom, room 1C. Read it carefully, fill it out, and then return it to me by Friday, February 5th to see if you have what it takes to be a West News student anchor. And that's all for this week. Don't forget you can follow West Middle on Twitter at WestArtyPride. Check us out on Instagram at West_Middle_School. And you can see this episode as well as previous episodes and other videos at youtube.com/WestMiddleNews. And while you're there, you might as well subscribe to our channel. And as always, if you have any ideas, suggestions, or announcements for West News, let me know. Hey, I'm Mr. Smith. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday and an even greater weekend.